face, but let's now bring in the smiling face of course, our coach, winner of our first match here at the 2025 Big 12 Tournament Championship. Let's welcome onto our broadcast head coach, Lee Taylor Walker. Coach, obviously, congratulations to you and the team. Talk me through, just to get off court in just about 2 hours, what it means to the Horned Frogs to start the tournament this way.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Well, coming into the tournament, we thought we were going to get the first round bye. So we actually juggled a lot of things right out, having to play the first round, but it actually played in our favor. So initially we were like a bit bummed, but then we just took three losses in a row to Arizona, Arizona State, Baylor, or good quality teams, but you kind of want to be rolling into the tournament with that winning feeling. So I think it set up well for us to play today, and I'm glad we got to. On the other hand, it's not really a easy situation to play in. We beat Houston 4-0 earlier in the year, but the three remaining matches left on the court were all pretty tight. But it was a great way to start. I'm glad we did not extend the match any further. And as you saw there, we could have been playing another hour there if some things don't go our way. Uh, yeah, I think it puts us in a good position tomorrow. Especially some of the girls have been struggling a little. Like I think now we've got all nine spots pretty confident heading in tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, it started with the doubles where, if you allow me to say, post-victory, it was a little bit of a slow start for your team off the
Yeah.
doubles, but it did feel like after that first 20 minutes, the next hour and a half of play, like that, it was really sound performances top to bottom. I know you guys dropped that first set on three, but it was a 5-2 deficit. You forced bonus time there. Just,
Yeah.
again, talk to me about the level of this team. Did you see a difference in this 4-0 win versus maybe the 4-0 win you earned over Houston in early March?
Yeah, I think we can relate to them a little bit in terms of, you know, Katarina's doing a great job, but the reality is when you have a team that loses a lot, it's difficult. That's just a seed planted there. So I would say early in the season, we didn't have that. We had a lot of confidence, but coming into the tournament with three losses, our team knew. We talked a lot about it today. It's like, hey, we need this today. We need this, and especially, three of our singles players, haven't won in 2 or 3 weeks, and so we're pretty honest with our players about things like that. We want to get everybody going. So I felt like Jade and Issa have been great at one doubles, and they've really held down that spot in a quality way all year, and that's super helpful. We had a new doubles team out there today at three. I'm glad they felt a little pressure and closed it out. That's what we need them to have. And then singles, Tommy Main, Isabel Pascual, Jade Otway. Those three girls have been great for our team, but they've struggled the last month. And so those were the three that were really looking to like, all right, let's get these girls going. So I was really just mainly focused on those three. The other three, Yuki, Raquel, Maya, they've been a little opposite. They've hardly lost a match the last month. So I was really happy to get Jade's first set, and she was, she didn't get to finish, but she was kind of up in a tight one. Issa getting off the court's huge, getting her confidence back going, and then Tommy didn't get to finish, but she also had the first set, and so those three girls I think were critical for us today in prepping for tomorrow. So that was kind of as a coaching staff, our main focus was like, let's get these three girls going.
No, I love to hear that. And obviously, Tommy able to flip that second set, didn't just give that away, saying,
Yeah.
hey, my teammates are in a winning position. Maybe I can let my match slide. She decided no there. But you mentioned some of the other pieces, and in particular, your freshman Maya, who has now won her sixth consecutive decision and just seems to be playing her best tennis to end this year. Now,
Yes.
you've seen many freshmen over the years, and it takes some time for them to get acclimated.
Yes.
What do you think has allowed her to hit her stride?
Well, she got here in January, but coming into January, she played about nine tournaments, September and October, November. And so, she's not coming in, having not played like a lot of players. And she's 20 years old. So even though she's new, she's got a lot of experience. And so the college format is extremely different. I would say January was a little bit of shell shock for her, but she's just really tough. There's nothing, I would say her serve can be a weapon, but really she's a really good athlete that's just not gonna beat herself a lot. And what we've loved about her most is like you can really coach her hard. A lot of the players, it might take 1 or 2 years to get to a place where it's like, all right, there's some real trust and loyalty there where I can be completely honest with you. But she allows you right from the get-go to just be super direct. She wants that type of coaching. And when the pressure's on in these team matches, like that's what you want to be. You want to have someone that you can talk like that with and be honest with. And so great dialogue with her. And I think that's one of her key strengths as a competitor is the ability to get to the root of problems and be honest about them and move on. So she's also had about, I don't know, 7 or 8 DNFs too. We've got a lot of, so I think her last loss, yeah, it was like February 20th. So she's in a good place.
No, I love to hear that. And obviously, you talk about speaking directly and being candid, being honest with your team. I am sure you and your coaching staff have run the numbers. Tomorrow is a play-in match. Not only are you playing Kansas to stay alive here in the Big 12 tournament, but you are playing to jump into the top
Yeah.
40, make the NCAA tournament for the first time in almost a decade. I'm just curious how you address that with your team. Like, what is the message going into tomorrow? What's it going to take for you guys to knock off Kansas?
Well, it's similar. It's direct and honest,
Mm-hmm.
but then how are we going to do that? And so, our philosophy at TCU is, person first, player second. And so we've got a great outing planned tonight where we're going to really just set the stage and talk about what's most important in life and the relationships that we have with each other and the perspective we have on life. And we've got things going on just like every team does that's going on in the background. And some programs choose to, let's block that out. Like we're going to play tennis here and we're going to deal with life out there. We're a little bit different. Like, we want the girls and the coaching staff and everybody to be open and honest about what they're going through on and off the court. And it allows us to go on the court and have healthy perspective. So I think it all starts tonight with setting the tone of what type of perspective we're going to have going into the match. Uh, yeah, we want to win the match and we want to go to NCAAs. Guess what? So does Kansas. So, I think getting wrapped up into how we're going to do that and making the goal being let's have no regrets that's really my focus is I want to finish the match tomorrow and have no regrets about how we handled it. And so, um, yeah, I think it starts tonight. We've talked about it a lot. We about once a month we'll look at the ranking formula and the standings with the team and just be like, hey, we're not going to talk about this all the time, but once a month, this is where we are. So they all know. We wish we were not in this situation. We feel like we had the talent and plenty of opportunities earlier in the season. So I think that's also part of the process of preparing is like, hey, get all your frustration and, grieve that a little bit tonight so that you don't bring that tomorrow. Like we don't need people talking about how we should have won a match in February tomorrow. Like we are where we are. This is reality. So let's enjoy it and be thankful for the opportunity because there's 3 girls that whose careers just ended, and it's sad. And so let's hope that doesn't happen tomorrow. But let's just not have any regrets. So, um, but our big pieces are doubles.
Mm-hmm.
A doubles point is really strong suit for us. Even the few of the doubles points we've lost, we've served for the doubles point, and so I think we've got one of the best doubles in the conference. And then it's just going to take everybody. So Todd's done a great job at Kansas, and we've had a battles, and we'll have another one tomorrow, I'm sure.
No, I know everyone tuning in here today is looking forward to that battle. You talk about no regrets. Let me give you my one regret of the day. Grinding in the gym this morning. I see Pat Sullivan, who gets his time on the treadmill. I see Courtney put in a full workout. I didn't see you, Coach. Am I going to get to see you there tomorrow
Okay.
morning? How early do I
Well,
have to go?
well, I let's see. I went last night. Okay,
Okay.
I'm kind of a night owl.
Okay.
So props to Courtney and Patrick. Great job. And you. I haven't got it in. I think I did just log a workout though, and I think I do every single time during a match on my Whoop. So
Yeah.
um, but nicely done. No,
No.
I haven't been there yet, but catch me there at midnight tonight.
That
I'll be thinking about the match. and
I,
maybe about 9:45.
I like that. You and me both. That's where I get my scoops, though. That's where I get my pregame scouting reports. And so, no, obviously, it's a shout out to your staff. It's a shout out to you guys. All you can ask for is a match with your fates on the line to play into the tournament. You guys have
Yeah,
that tomorrow, courtesy of the 4-to-Love win today. Head coach Lee Taylor Walker, congratulations, of course, to you and the Horned Frogs on the victory.
thank you. Really appreciate it.